Okay, access weekly schedule. Okay, yeah. We did that one. Now we did the custom Batman. We did the Zalbar. This entry doesn't make any sense. I don't... Red man and green thing? Red man and green thing. I'm gonna have to ask Mr. Gaspin. Hey, Mr. Gaspin?
What do you want, son? I'm busy.
Yeah, I've got an entry for this week's show, and I don't understand. It says Red Man and Green Thing. I don't... What's Red Man and Green Thing?
It's Red Man and Green Thing. What's the problem?
Yeah, I don't know who Red Man and Green Thing is. Do you mean Deadman and Swamp Thing?
No, son, it's Red Man and Green Thing.
Yeah, I think you mean Deadman and Swamp Thing.
Look, son, I got the certification papers right here, and it says plainly, Red Man and Green Thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think it's probably Deadman and Swamp Thing.
Look, if you got a problem with it, son, just ask the great Fuzzeke.
Okay. Fuzzeke, is it Red Man and Green Thing or Deadman and Swamp Thing?
It's Red Man and Green Thing. They're right there.
What? Red Man and Green Thing means a zombie and a monster. Oh, Greetings, toy heads, and welcome to another episode of Go Figure with me, your host, Eli Williams, here on the Digitally Rebastard Network, the action figure show about toy collecting, tips, news, reviews, customizations, everything that we all love about the hobby of action figure collecting. And this week, we are taking a look at the DC Icons Deadman and Swamp Thing, the two newest additions. Just got them a couple days ago to my DC Universe action figure collection, particularly the DC Universe Classics, DC Icons, DC Essentials, and the DC Multiverse. And a really cool thing about these two is that they have completed my Justice League Dark collection. I've been trying to get all of the Justice League Dark figures, and I happened upon these two on Mercari for a great price. These are usually a little bit pricier. The DC Icons is one of the last lines that they ever did before they switched over to the DC Multiverse, so there aren't a lot of characters available in that line, but the reason why I wanted Deadman and Swamp Thing over the DC Universe Classics, which is what I normally collect, or the DC Universe Classics, is number one, the Deadman in DC Universe Classics I just didn't like the sculpt of, and the Swamp Thing was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it's really more of a statue than an action figure. So these being the same scale in 1/12 scale really worked. They aren't DC Universe Classics, but they will be up on the shelf of my DC Universe Classics. So let's start off and take a look at Deadman first. Okay, so here is the DC Icons Deadman. Really nice sculpt. I like what they did. It's got a nice matte finish, nice musculature, really good sculpt. I like how they've got the glossy red on the gloves and the boots. That works out really well. Nice big D on the torso there. Really good paint job on the skin. He's just the pale with the dead eyes with the black circles around them. Nice rubbery collar there on the top. Really well done. Really well done. As far as articulation on him, from the head doesn't give you a lot of movement. You get a little bit of turn. You can move it all the way around. You get a little bit up and down. on that. Not really. I got a little bit of tilt on the head there, but it's not really hindered by the collar, but it's it's pretty tight on that ball joint on the neck. Arms, you've got a hinge on the shoulder there that turns all the way around. Your bicep, you've got a bicep swivel right there. I'm trying to get this in focus. The camera's being a little bastard. You got a nice swivel there. Nice double elbow. Doesn't go all the way up, but a nice double elbow. This one's a little loose, seems like. And then on the wrist, you've got a wrist swivel and an up and down on the wrist there. So that's kind of cool. Same with the other side. You've got, and he does come with 2 extra hands, and I'll get to them in a minute. One thing I will say about this line is that they don't really have a waist swivel, but you do have a nice ab crunch on there. Doesn't go down very far, but does go back pretty far. But, it's Deadman. His power is pretty much, he just, we're out of focus. His power is pretty much just possessing people, and that's his power. He's just trying to right what was wronged. The legs goes way out to the side there. Really, really nice. Got a double knee that does go all the way back. So that's kind of cool. And you've got a up and down on the ankle, and then a forward-facing pin for a swivel. So that's really nice. You can get a lot of good poses out of him. For what, these are pretty well articulated. These were after the DC Universe Classics, so they stepped it up a little bit with the forward-facing pin swivel and a little bit better. It would have been nice to had a hip twist right there, but they just didn't do it on that. As far as accessories, we'll sit him down here. As far as accessories, he comes with the 2 open hands, grip hands, if you will, and then 2 fist hands. So you've got those that you can swap out pretty easily. They do seem like they're kind of a tight fit. So if you ever get this guy, you want to be really, really careful when you pop those out. I would probably recommend heating them up either with a hairdryer or some water, hot water. And then he also comes with this little overlay thing that is supposed to be, I'm assuming, supposed to be like his possession thing. So I got a Clark Kent here from DC Universe Classics. But yeah, you can put that on, and that's supposed to represent him being him possessing. I don't know why this thing is not focusing. Him possessing the one of the other people, so he can get his point across. So that is that. Let's go ahead and take a look at his height. He is approximately from his feet just to the top of his head. He is just barely 6 inches tall. So, right in scale with that 1/12 range. Pretty happy with him. I'm glad I went with this over the DC Universe Classics. I do apologize for this camera. I'm going to get a better camera soon because this thing sucks. I wish I could return it, but I'm past that date now. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with this. Better, look up DC Universe Classics Deadman and you'll see what I'm talking about. He's really more zombie looking instead of the more classic, classic Silver Age Deadman. So, all right, now let's take a look at Swamp Thing. Okay, here we are with the DC Icons Swamp Thing. Again, really nice sculpt. I do believe that there was a variant on this. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure that there was an alternate variant of this figure. So you know, we'll have to look into that. But at any rate, yeah, really nice sculpt. Nice black wash on the finish to really bring out those details. It's nice. You see the veininess of the in the musculature where, you know, like the vines and stuff are. This is more of your classic looking Swamp Thing before, you know, like the New 52 when he got like, you know, tree antlers, you know, tree branch antlers and wings and everything. This is your classic. This would be like the Swamp Thing movie Swamp Thing. Good old Alex Holland there. Getting turned into Swamp Thing. So as far as articulation, head, not really any swivel or not really any tilt at all. You got a little bit, but head goes all the way around. It does seem to be on sort of a forward arch. As you see, the neck is kind of hunched right there. So you don't really get any down. You get a little bit up. I don't want to move it too high because I don't want that to pop off, but it does go all the way around, but it is at a forward angle. Arms straight out, shoulders go all the way around. You've got a nice pin there in the shoulders, bicep swivel all the way around. Is just like Deadman, it is a double jointed arm, but it does not go up, doesn't go back all the way. And then down at the hands, you've got the wrist swivel, and then again with up and down on that. And again, no, you do get a little bit of twist on the upper torso there, but again, no waist turning on this one either. Again, with the ab crunch, you get a little down, more back so than down. And the legs all the way straight out, not quite as much as Deadman, but it is all the way straight out. And then another double knee that goes pretty good distance in the back there. Feet up and down, and again, forward-facing pin for a swivel on that. Really, really good articulation. Nice sculpt, nice red to the eyes there. Looking in. I miss the good old days when they'd put like the piping in the top of the head, even though you had this big eyesore in the top of the head, but the light would shine through and make the eyes glow. I don't know. I may do a little touch up at some point and make those eyes a little bit more red. But I don't know. I may just leave it alone. Because it is a pretty good sculpt, especially for the price I paid for them. I got both of these for $35 free shipping on Mercari. So, you know, Swamp Thing by himself goes for much more than that on like eBay and Mercari. You know, and they were out of package. They were loose, but they were display figures. They were never played with. So these things are in pristine condition. Let's take a look at his accessories. He does have the two, you've got a splayed out hand and then sort of a half grip hand on there. You know, these guys never really used weapons, so, you know, there's really no need for like trigger fingers or anything. You do have two fists on there. You got the two fist hands, and his seem to pop out a little bit more easily than Deadman's do. And then he also came with an Abomination. I believe it's supposed to be Anton Arcane. But yeah, a little Abomination hand. Kind of creepy little thing, you know. But yeah, kind of creepy looking thing there. So that's kind of neat. Let's take a look at his height. He stands from the base of his foot about 6 3/4, I would say, or maybe almost 6 3/4 tall. So a little bit taller than Deadman, but not at the 7-inch mark. Still in the 1/12 scale range. And Swamp Thing was always a much bigger guy. I mean, in the New 52, he was huge, massive, kind of like the Todd Mcfarlane Swamp Thing, which I do have. The Todd Mcfarlane DC Multiverse Swamp Thing, which is probably one of only two that I'll ever get, because I do have the Superman issue 1000 Todd McFarlane. I just don't particularly like his stuff because he's 7-inch. He's off the scale. He's kind of doing his own thing. They have really good sculpt. I don't like the plastic that they're made out of. It's very has a very soapy look to it, and it's very I don't know. It's hard to explain. Eventually, I'll do a review on that Superman and that Swamp Thing for Todd McFarlane. If something ever happens, you know, and I manage to, you know, they come out with one. I've thought about I've actually thought about getting the Dark Knight Returns Batman horse, Build-A-Figure horse, and making my Eli Williams Red Dead Online character, and then customizing a Amigo. I have a shopping list on the ClassicTVToys.com, making an actual representation, because that horse would be in that scale. So that would work out really, really well. And just to show some scale here, I have them set up with the G.I. Joe Classified Destro, the Marvel Legends House of X Wolverine, DC Universe Classics Clark Kent, Star Wars The Black Series Deluxe Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, and Mezco Sovereign Knight Batman. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think they're pretty fine figures. I like what they did with those. That line is got a lot of really good sculpts in it, and they mesh in well with the DC Universe Classics and DC Multiverse figures. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that bell so you can get information on all the good things coming out of the Digitally Rebastard Network, as well as join us on Twitter and Discord by clicking those two links in the bottom right-hand corner of the banner on our channel page. Become part of the DRN family. We will welcome you with open arms. You've been watching Go Figure with me, your host, Eli Williams, here on the Digitally Rebastard Network. You guys all have a great week and a great day. I'll see you next time, and until then, don't forget to get your figure on. Take care.